Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm building the Petlyakov Pe-2 light bomber in 1/72nd scale from Airfix. This is from the first release of the kit in 1968. There have been subsequent reissues on 5 occasions between 1973 and 2010. Now if you enjoy the show, please do let YouTube know by giving it the old imperial thumbs up on the like button, by subscribing and by hitting the notification bell. All of these are free but are a great help to the channel analytics. Okay, so before we begin the build, let's take a quick look at the paints and products I used to make it. I'm starting with the cockpit and the seats for the pilot and the navigator gunner. The seats don't have locating pins, so just set them as best you can. Next the fuselage, and I need to first fit the side windows. They're a bit of a job to do as they are quite thick. Then the smaller windows also need to go in, again, a little bit tricky. The cockpit has been painted dark grey with leather seats, and then I'm going to fit the control column, which is painted black. After that, the crew figures go in. These have been painted in Russian uniform green. And finally for the cockpit, the navigator's gun is added. The instrument panels go into each of the fuselage halves, and the belly gun, the ventral gun, goes into the floor. With the cockpit in place, the two halves of the fuselage can go together. Next up are the wings. They come in top and bottom halves, which fit together surprisingly well. Then they slip into the side of the fuselage. The tailplanes go either side of the tail. The rear gun turret needs to be slid into a holding slot in the back of the fuselage, which can be a little bit tricky. But once it's in, the rest of the canopy and glassware can be added using PVA glue. And while that's all setting, we can start on the engine nacelles. Each of these comes in two halves. You can drop in the connection for the propeller at this time as well. I'm gluing mine in place. Then the nacelle goes on the front of the wing. It will need a little bit of fillet, this one. Now I'm having the air brakes stowed, so I'm gluing them in place. You can of course have them deployed. There's a little fairing at the back of the nacelle, and the exhaust pipes can go on as well. Then there's a carburetor air inlet on each side of the engine. These don't have any form of location. So now we're at the point where we can start adding paint, and I've primed the kit in grey. Then I'll apply AMT7 light blue to the underside. With that dry and masked, I'll apply the sandy base of the top camouflage. Again, that needs to set. Then I can mask the bits I want to keep sand yellow and paint some AMT4 green on top. And finally, with that dry, I can then add the masks for the green areas and add a final coat of AMT12 dark grey. So with the paint dry, a clear coat added and the decals applied, I can get on with the last part of the build with fitting the tail wheel well and the tail wheel itself. The main wheel wells slip into the bottom of the engine nacelles, and while that's drying, I'll fit the doors for the ventral gun position. The main gear legs go into holes at the front of the wheel well. The actuator legs go into holes behind them, and then the main wheels clip into the fork. The propellers go onto the front of the engines. Then this big landing light can go into the port wing. And after a final matte coat, the paint mask can be removed carefully, and I'll finish the model by adding a little bit of rigging wire for the radio. Okay, so there it is. Actually a nice little kit, especially if you can get one of the early mouldings. Aftermarket decals are easy to find, and it can be made into quite a good looking model with actually very little effort. Remember, if you enjoyed this, then please do hit the like button, subscribe, and ding the notifications bell. Thank you so very much for watching today, and goodbye.